100,000 plus at the Shoe in Columbus, Ohio. What a beautiful scene. The Ducks fans feeling ready. The Duck himself in the house. Second play of the game, C.J. Stroud starts out his big passing day. Wild pass, crazier catch. Ohio State starting strong. Same drive. Ohio State goes for it on 4th and 7. They did this a lot today. Go for it on 4th. But the first drive without Thibodeau and Flo, the Ducks get a stop.
We knew what Oregon's game plan was earlier. He wears number 7. C.J. Verdell slices up the gut. But Oregon ends up punting on that drive. So ensuing drive, 3rd and 11, pass over the top. Verone McKinley, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ensuing Oregon drive, Anthony Brown to Devin Williams on the sideline. Put him feet down. First ends scoreless.
To the second we go. Anthony Brown looked like a completely different guy than he did last week. Oregon's offense is in business in Ohio. Moments later, C.J. Verdell puts his stamp on the game. Left side, story of the game for Ohio State. Touchdown Ducks. Oregon strikes first.
Here's a tough moment for Ducks fans and Ducks players. Cam McCormick, he's been hurt for the last 3 seasons. He gets his first catch of the year, and guess what? Injured. Tough hit. Tough thing to see. You can see the concern and care of the Ducks around him. He would not return to the game that day. So 9 left in the second. Broken play for the Ducks, and Garrett Wilson, wide open touchdown. Ohio State, and the Shoe is alive and well.
Yeah, silly moment here for the Ducks. Josh, look at the defense staring at their wristbands when the ball is snapped. Garrett Wilson goes right around and is literally uncovered. Communication breakdown for the Ducks.
But Oregon does respond. The Ducks did that a lot today. Guess who? C.J. Verdell, second touchdown of the game, both so far in the first half. It's 14-7 Oregon, 2:30 left in the half. 4th and 2 for the Buckeyes. Noah Sewell in the gap. Stuffed turkey dinner. Oregon's defense causing fits for the Ohio State running game. So in the first half, it really was all Oregon on exception of the passing. The Ducks had some really big 4th down stops. That was rather surprising for a lot of folks, given that Oregon was missing its best defensive stars. But there's no doubt that C.J. Verdell had taken control of the game. He had Oregon over 100 yards rushing before the second half even started.
Yeah, not to mention, Josh, this game was actually on the brink of being a 2-score game for Oregon, and it would have been their favor at halftime. Just before the half, though, Oregon's driving and is in field goal range. A holding call for Oregon. They get a penalty, and when everyone saw the replay, it was pretty clearly a missed call. So Oregon gets set back, falls out of field goal range. So we went from having a 14 or a 21-7 game potentially just to a 14-7 game.
And Oregon really felt that changed the dynamic of the game, considering that Oregon got the ball to start the second half and could have been 17 points, possibly 21-7 with Oregon getting the ball back.
Either way, start of the third play, they say birds fly in flocks, right? But this duck goes north-south solo. Verdell explodes and outruns the secondary. Oregon goes up 21-7, and suddenly all 100,000 Buckeyes in the venue on alert.
The Buckeyes' running game was nearly non-existent, but the passing game was on point. Olave on 2nd and long, he chunks away 15 yards on the Ducks, and then moments later, the Ducks get beat down the seam. No one looking at wristbands this time, but the result is still the same. This time it's Jackson Smith Njigba. 21-14 Buckeyes. Ensuing Oregon drive, 3rd and 4. Travis Dye in the backfield now for Oregon. And he goes back to the left side, taking a page out of Verdell's book. And that's the side that Ohio State had trouble with. And then as he's celebrating, he turns around and gives the Ohio State fans something to be quiet about. Oh, you hear that?
That's brave. That's brave in that building. Another 4th down for Ohio State. Great coverage. Stroud going back, fires to the back of the end zone, incomplete, no flags. The Buckeyes can't believe it, but you can literally feel the momentum swinging in each drive of this game. Instant classic feel. Money quarter to the 4th, 28-21. Brown threw for 236 yards. This one lands with Matavao. Oregon goes up by 2 scores again, but there's still 10 minutes left in the game.
But championship teams keep on fighting. That's what the Buckeyes do. 4th and 6, and finally Ohio State converts on 4th down. Smith and Jigba on the crossing route. Ohio State within 7.
Ducks are missing Kayvon Thibodeau. They can't get any pressure on Stroud for most of this game. Thibodeau rocking the glasses on the sideline, but when push comes to shove, Braden Swinton gets the big push, sack, lunch. No turnovers for either team yet, but moments later on, 3rd and long, Stroud getting harassed, rolls out, overthrow, McKinley picked on the sideline. Oregon shocks the nation. Number 3 Ohio State goes down. The Ducks flying high in the clear Columbus sky. 35-28 the final.
Guys, 5 starters down on defense, and coming into this thing, you wondered, what's going to show up. So, what showed up was practice, preparation, becoming game reality. That's how we do it. And my high school coach understands, so you knew we had to win today because Coach Lavelle don't play around.
Seems to me like Coach Cristobal doesn't play around either. This is his 2nd win over a top 5 team in his Oregon career. But Cameron, this was by far his most important win as the Ducks head coach.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Dramatically changes how the playoff conversation will move as we go forward down the 2021 season. The most impressive thing to me, though, was that Oregon's mental strength is completely different now with Cristobal as the head coach. People at home sitting on the couch that have watched Oregon a lot, they know there are a couple times in this game that could have triggered a meltdown for Oregon, that like they do in some of these big games when the big moments come. But the Ducks kept their eyes up and they moved forward to the next play. I thought it was impressive. It worked. So here's a look at the quarterback comparison. This is pretty telling of these offenses and how they operated. Anthony Brown played with much more confidence than he did last week, but he didn't have to pass much because of the successful running game behind C.J. Verdell. But Stroud threw it 54 times for 484 yards, and of course that key interception at the end.
Exactly right. Turn around and look at the rushing difference. C.J. Verdell goes off for 161 yards, and he didn't get a lot of work in the 4th. Ohio State ran Williams over 6 fewer times than Verdell, and there's an 80-yard difference. Cameron got to talk with Julian Minnesone after the game.